Well, we're following also the latest developments in Jackson, Mississippi, where authorities arrested a young woman shortly after she spoke out about immigration and her fears of being deported.
Daniela Vargas is a deferred action for childhood arrivals recipient known as Dreamer, and she arrived in the U.S. from Argentina when she was 7 years old. She says she wanted to share her story amid the threat of recent immigration raids.
Given the chance, the Dreamers can increase the U.S. economy by $329 million and jobs by $1.4 million. A path to citizenship is necessary for DACA recipients, but also for the other 11 million undocumented people with dreams. Today, my father and brother await deportation, while I continue to fight this battle as a dreamer to help contribute to this country, which I feel that is very much my country.
Immigration lawyer Abby Peterson is Vargas's attorney, and she is with us now from Atlanta. Thanks so much for being with us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
So what do you make of Daniela being arrested right after she spoke at this immigration press conference? Could you argue a case against that move?
Well, I certainly think that they were looking for her and watching her. I'm not sure how long they had been undergoing this targeted enforcement against her, how long they had been looking for her, but it certainly seems that they were interested in arresting her after she had been speaking out in the public. That certainly seems to be the impression.
Some people can't understand why Vargas and millions of other undocumented immigrants are not seeking or haven't gone through the U.S. citizenship process. Can you explain that side of why they haven't done that?
Well, because they don't qualify it. So for a long time, there's been the DREAM Act that's been a proposal that would eventually, hopefully, lead to citizenship for these children, but is not something that's ever passed through Congress. So unless someone qualifies through one of the different mechanisms to get citizenship, which typically would be a qualifying family member, then they don't have a way to do it. So DACA is a protection for children that have grown up here but don't have any other relief available to them. So the past president enacted this method of DACA to give people work authorization so that they could stay here and work legally and contribute to the economy, even though they weren't able to get something more permanent like U.S. citizenship.
Abby, help us understand this. I mean, you're quoted as saying that Daniela, like many other immigrants, pays her taxes, she's pursuing an education, she works hard, but I'm just curious, was she arrested for doing something, or was it specifically to go after her because she is here as an undocumented immigrant?
She didn't do anything. She has no criminal history. She's a good person. She's educated. She's intelligent. She's well-spoken. She is not the kind of person that we keep hearing about as being the priorities for removal from our country. It seems to be that she came under their radar because she had been speaking out publicly, and this was them trying to make a statement. I could be wrong on that, but that's certainly the impression, because otherwise she wouldn't be a priority. She had previously had DACA. It did lapse, but she has a renewal pending. But it had only been a lapse of a couple months, and that was only because she couldn't afford to pay for the renewal at the time.
So again, because I'm not a lawyer, so I'm just trying to understand this. So
Sure.
It's not illegal for somebody who's an undocumented immigrant to protest, to go to a protest?
It's not illegal. It is not illegal, and it's well within her rights to do it. And it's important for people to have voices like her, and that's what she was doing. She's a very strong individual, and she thought it was important to put her story out there and to support other dreamers, and that's what she did. And we supported her through that. And unfortunately, it didn't turn out well for her. And so we're now fighting and rallying behind her in support to keep her here. And this is, in spite of all this is still where she wants to be.
Okay, Abby Peterson, an argument that still will continue, I know. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.